For the latest film interviews, reviews, and everything making news in pop culture, subscribe to Film Companion now.
स्कूल्स में पढ़ाई जाती है हमको कॉलोनियल हिस्ट्री ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी की, लेकिन व्हेन शुजीत सरकार डिसाइड्स टू टीच यू अ पोर्शन ऑफ इट ऑल ओवर अगेन, इस बार आप भूलोगे नहीं. Hey all, my name is Sucharita. This is Film Companion. You're watching Not a Movie Review, and right now I am not going to be reviewing Sardar Udham.
I fight different way.
Udham Singh was a revolutionary in colonized India who, after witnessing the aftermath of the 1919 Jallianwala Bagh massacre, decided to take a more active part in India's freedom struggle, joining the Swaraj efforts of leaders like Bhagat Singh. His efforts take him to London, where he plots and carries out the assassination of former Lieutenant Governor of Punjab, Michael O'Dwyer. जिसके बाद he willfully surrenders, is tried and sentenced to death by hanging. The film Sardar Udham chronicles that story. Now, in 2021, if I was writing a movie about India's freedom struggle, keeping in mind the current political climate of the country and the world actually in general, my biggest three worries would be these. How to retell a story as old as time, how not to make it jingoistic and bloodthirsty, while also not downplaying the atrocities of the colonial rule, and third, how to save it from becoming too filmy, too Bollywood. Shujit Sarkar handles all three by going a little Greta Gerwig on his screenplay. It won't suffice to call it non-linear, it's almost haphazard. Jumps time and place quickly, not giving enough room for stereotypes to really emerge. See, Udham Singh's life, both the real parts and those imagined by writers Shubhendu Bhattacharya and Ritesh Shah, had all kinds of mini episodes slowly organized and carried out to lead up to his mission, that of executing Dwyer. This was a vast, non-connected world where news and people both travelled slow. Hence, every little step on the way to complete what he believed was his destiny added an intricate, detailed story to Shahid Udham Singh's life. This involved large amounts of international travel in inhospitable conditions. This travel becomes the basis of the screenplay, back and forth structure, which, I'm not gonna lie, was very confusing to follow and keep track of. The film is a little over 2.5 hours long, and after Dwyer is shot and killed in the first 30 minutes, the rest of it is then the lead up to that event in multiple flashbacks. It's a daring narrative choice which eventually pays off. जिस पर आती हूँ मैं अभी 1 मिनट में, रुको. Despite the time and location jumps, Sardar Udham the film never lost me. Partly thanks to Avik Mukhopadhyay's cinematography, reimagining what the world looked like back then and painting it on our screens with almost the academic knowledge and skill of a historian, nearly. उसमें आप जोड़ दीजिए शांतनु मोइत्रा का continuous score, it's monotonous and it's rousing, all of it. Veera Kapoor EE का costume design, impeccable production design credited to Mansi Dhruv Mehta and Dimitri Malic. The visual aesthetic of Sardar Udham is comparable to recent historical Hollywood movies like Judas and the Black Messiah, The Trial of the Chicago 7. Every frame is meticulously drawn, it's designed with depth and meaning, and frankly, this is a Shujit Sarkar film, so I don't expect anything less. Then the casting, where Vicky Kaushal carries most of the weight. He is nearly in every single scene of the film, and he's aged forward and backward multiple times. From a young lost lad in Punjab who doesn't really understand the urgent need for a freedom revolution to a slightly older but still lost man who now gets it but doesn't understand what it would take. माने he set out to kill O'Dwyer, जिसने अप्रूवल दिया था जलियांवाला बाग मैसेकर को कैरी आउट करने का, पर उसको ढूंढ रहा है उद्धम लंदन में फोन बुक में as a radio blares about what Hitler is up to these days. I cannot think of many actors who'll be able to achieve what Vicky does seemingly effortlessly. While you're watching, trying to keep track of the manic screenplay jumps, Vicky's excellent performance remains constant, holding it all together, which frankly in the hands of a lesser actor could have scattered much too easily. The one long sequence you will hear being talked about the most once more people have had a chance to watch this film on Amazon Prime Video. That sequence is the flashback to Jallianwala Bagh, when a young Udham reaches the venue after the massacre has taken place and he ferries the dying and the wounded on a cart to a local makeshift hospital. Shujit Sarkar decides to place this very, very long and deeply moving sequence in the final act of the film, perhaps to offset the wild structure of the film thus far, bringing it to a close by dramatically slowing down the pace so as to mimic Udham's life journey itself, who finally found peace knowing he had avenged his people. Where it all begins for him at Jallianwala is where Shujit chooses to end it, exploring the psyche of a man who perhaps spent his entire adult life looking for the same tranquility he knew before 1919. फिल्म देखने के बाद थोड़ा रैबिट होल में घुस गई मैं. Among other historical freedom struggle related facts, ये जाना कि ड्वायर जिस white man's burden के बारे में बोलता है in a speech was a phrase not coined by but made popular by beloved children's author Rudyard Kipling, infamous imperialist. किपलिंग की लिखी जंगल बुक को तो मैं बचपन में जाके कैसे कैंसिल करूं, पर दिस इज इवेंचुअली व्हाट मेक्स सरदार उधम वर्क ऑल्सो. Shujit Sarkar's research and dedication to recreate a wholly authentic world, attempting to highlight systemic racism and oppression, vestiges of which we can still feel when we present ill-informed debates starting with, but the British gave us trains, yeah. With his heart on his sleeve, Shujit Sarkar is asking his audience for a lot, to care just as much as he does. The film is long and indulgent. He doesn't even want to let go of you in the end credits. Actors are credited as lady saving her grandchildren, injured woman on the street, girl crawling, dead husband of a pregnant woman, little girl calling her mother, injured boy at all. It's But if you find yourself watching Sardar Udham on Prime Video this weekend, trust him a bit and you might come out enriched only. So on a scale of 1 to 10, Sardar Udham is 1996 में जाकर court records finally public हुए थे उधम सिंह की hearing के 56 years after he was hanged. पढ़ना उनकी last speech online कहीं मिले तो it's really something. And subscribe to Film Companion.